Please welcome the next team.
Veuillez accueillir la prochaine équipe.
Representing Eastern Ontario.
The next team representing Eastern Ontario, the
National
National Capital Ice Caps. They're coached by Meredith Rochi and Lorraine Gouin. Skating to the music of Night on a Bald Mountain and Ramalama by Mark Mancuna and Roisin Murphy.
Welcome, foolish mortals, to the Haunted Mansion. There's no turning back now.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Mesdames et messieurs,
from Eastern Ontario,
de l'Ontario de l'Est,
National Capital Ice
Once
Caps.
again, from Eastern Ontario, the National Capital Ice Caps.
Yeah, sometimes I'd really like to know the story. There's got to be a story in there. There's got to be some sort of pattern or with the coaches. Okay, this is what you are, right?
There definitely is, and I feel like when you portray a story well, the audience can start to figure something out in their mind. And by me watching that, I had an idea of what I thought was going on. And
Okay, tell us. Let's go.
well, I mean, I just felt like there was some sort of fight between the skaters in the white costumes and the skaters in the red costumes. You could see in their facial expressions they were battling throughout the program. Then all of a sudden they were working together. And then at the end you saw that it was the white skaters that won. So
Was it
there's
good and
obviously,
evil?
pardon me?
Was it good and evil?
I think so. Something along the lines of good and evil, and maybe that's where you see the good in the white and the red in the evil. It's kind of like angels and devils playing against each other.
So, question to you: do you think that should be something part of that they tell a story, or they submit a little bit of a story or their theme or whatever?
100%, and I think it's like any program. If you ask a skater, what's the theme behind your program? Caitlin Osmond, her short program, there's a theme behind it, and she'll explain the story. Same with her long.
But
Same
it's
with
not explained often enough.
exactly.
To the
So
public,
they leave it to the public to interpret it in their own way. But for themselves, by having a story, it allows them to become more in touch with the character and explain it in their way. And I think that's good artistry as well.
That's one of the interesting things about the sport, for gosh sake. So
Exactly.
I think you should be creating a theme or a story. It could be just a beautiful movement with music. Okay, fair enough. But explain what your approach is, right?
Exactly. Another team with a male skater on there.
Yes. Now, Tara, after the scores, we have a nice resurfacing. You're going to have a conversation with the Vice President of the Quebec Skating Federation, Patrick Rock. And so we're going to just take like a 30-second break to switch things up and get Patrick into the studio here. And then Tara, you'll have, and in French too.
Yeah, we're going to have the opportunity to chat with Patrick and kind of pick his brain a little bit about synchro in Quebec. It's always traditionally been a very strong discipline. So we just kind of wanted to know about how it's grown and what they've done to maintain that growth, as well as talk a little bit about the importance of this event for the senior skaters and what it will be like for them gearing up to the World Championships.
All the skaters in Quebec, they seem to be pretty strong in all the disciplines. That's for
Yes,
sure.
it's definitely a section that has gotten their skating down pat. They sure know how to properly train their athletes, and it certainly comes across. The marks for the National Capital Ice Caps: segment score of 54.36, a total competition score of 80.16, and they are currently in 4th place. That concludes the second group of intermediate synchro teams. We have one group left to go, and as you said, Ted, we'll be speaking with
Stay
Patrick
with us.
Rock.
We'll be right back in a minute with Patrick Rock from the Quebec
Mesdames et
Federation.
messieurs, nous poursuivrons la compétition après avoir refait la surface de la glace.